Hi guys, I'm back with another layout update. As you can see, I have made a few changes since my last layout update. I actually tore down the old section of wood and replaced it with a good, nice, solid piece. As you can hear, it's good and solid. As before, it was, well, this cheap wood here. As you can see, it's like really cheap, but it's like it's durable, but it's, if you look at it, it like moves and wiggles, and I don't like that. It's just like not right, and I got everything screwed down, and it's just like makes no sense. This isn't even screwed down, and it don't budge. And as you can see, it's like super thick. As you can see, it does not budge. And I'm trying to make it, but it's not. Because it's thick, and this is not even nailed down to anything, because it can't be nailed down to my dresser. And it can't be nailed down because everything under here is hollow. I mean, there's nothing for it to be sitting on. It's just like sitting on that over there and my dresser drawer here. That's all it's sitting on. And it's like stable and it's like cool. So I just thought, why not? Because this is a good piece of wood right here. As with the same over there. As you can see, I got the same thing over there. It's just, that's where the yard is. As you can see, you got my rail yard where you got the track that sides off to the right end of the layout, and then you got the left end which has the track that sides off, where I'll actually be having it, well, this isn't my permanent layout because I'm going to have to tear it down because I'm going to be moving down right down the street. I'm going to be in the same development, but I'm going to be moving down, just down the hill here. But like, this is going to be rebuilt, from what I know. It's going to be rebuilt, and that's going to be rebuilt. That over there is going to be rebuilt, and in that case, I'm going to actually have the layout like curve and keep going around, then come back. And then when it gets to about right over there, it's going to like go back into one section of track, and I want to try and get it at least into 5 sections. And like, as you can see, the layout don't do much at the time, but it's worth what it can, you know. I've made, like, I've acquired a lot of units since like my latest update, like, well, not the one before this one, but I'm talking one on my oldest channel. My oldest channel is CSXKid1. I have like really upgraded since that. I was like 15 back then, and now I'm 18, and well, as you can see, you got a good grassed up siding with some freight cars and a GP38-2 high hood sitting there. It's Athearn Genesis with DCC and sound, and if you've thought about getting this locomotive, get it. It's a really good unit. I'm really impressed with it. I think it's a good unit. Like, it's all like the siding, it's all grassed up. As you can see, you can like barely see the rail as it goes further back. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for the layout. I've weathered quite a few cars. This is with this tanker and this hopper. These I did not weather, but those are pre-weathered Athearn Genesis boxcars, which I wish Athearn still did, but they do not. You got my bulkhead over there, my exact rail bulkhead, and I weathered it. You got my track, which I actually weathered my track. If you can look and tell, it actually is weathered. I weathered my track more. I made it more black towards the passing siding and where the locomotives mainly sit, as for grease that could have fell off the engines and oil and stuff falling, like leaking out of the engines and falling on the tracks, and dirt and coal and stuff where the trains stop here. And you know, and it's just like, this is going to be the blackest area all the way down to the yard, which the yard is going to be black too, but as you can tell, it is not black at the moment. I got this unit, which was actually owned by a good friend of mine, Lucas, or as you know him on YouTube, CSX Man G21. This was his 1704 Athearn Genesis SD45-2 in Norfolk Southern. It's a good unit. I really like it, but when I got it, the front handrail was gone. So I took the handrail from the rear end and moved it to the front. And then I was going through some of my detail parts, and I found this handrail, which is for an earlier model of the SD45-2s. It was Santa Fe, and it goes to that. So I thought, why not? I'll put that on it and it'll work. And it did. It works actually very well. All I gotta do is, like, I'm not gonna paint the outside. I'm gonna actually just take black spray paint, and I'm gonna mask off. I'm gonna mask off the ends here, and then I'm gonna just spray paint the entire grab iron itself. And then you got this one, which is, it was practically brand new when I got it. I think it had like 30 minutes of run time or something when I got it, or not even that. I got this one brand spanking new, and it was like weathered when I got it and stuff, so it's a good unit. You got my Union Pacific SD70M Building America. It's a flag unit, as you can see. I've always been really fond of the flag units. I thought they were really nice. I took the horn off that came with it, and I replaced it with a, well, that's supposed to be an RS5T, but I'm just going to call it a K5LA, just because I've seen K5LAs look just like that, so there's not much different. And then you got my SD70M-2 here with DCC and sound. That one does not have sound, but it will. I am getting a MRC sound decoder. But the M-2, the SD45-2s, and the GP38-2 high hood here, they all have sound. Besides that, none of them have sound. In other news, there's really nothing else good to tell about the layout. You got my GP59 over here that I DCC'd. I installed DCC in it. It's got a TCS T1 decoder in it. This one is DCC, and it's got a Digitrax DH163, which is actually, I think, a good decoder. You've got a powered merging of the Southern Pacific and Santa Fe, which never happened, so it's a shouldn't paint so fast paint scheme. Or as I call it, the McDonald's paint scheme, SD40-2. It is powered. And then you got two one GP60 and one GP40-2. You can actually watch that video. Just go in my videos, and there's a video of them running, and the leader unit is the GP40, and it's got the real working gyro light effect and everything. You've got this MTH gondola, which I weathered, and I thought it turned out really well. But in other news, off of HO. I'm actually getting into N scale as of a few months ago. I have hardly any track, so I can't run them, but I have quite a bit of N scale stuff. Like here you have a C40-8 Conroe Quality by Atlas, which is actually a really nice unit. Runs really well. You have a Kato SD70M and CSX. I have to say this is probably my favorite out of all of them. You have a Conrail boxcar, which the door on it opens and everything. The doors, because it's double door boxcar. A Grand Trunk Railroad 50-foot boxcar. A CSX 50-foot boxcar. As you can see, the door opens on it too. It's nice. You got another one with opening doors, as you can see. Galveston I can't read that, but there's the name. But besides that, it's, I can't really sound out that word, sorry. These two I'm going to be selling, just because I don't like the couplers on them. This one is this is not for sale. You have the Athearn N-Scale tanker, UTLX tanker, an Atlas tanker, 17,600 gallon tanker car, and you got a 60-foot high cube box car in Union Pacific. I've always wanted one of these in HO, but take what you can get, right? And a Union Pacific center beam flat car, and then a bunch of Superliner coaches and a baggage car. But besides that, there's nothing else new to it. So really, there's nothing really interesting new at the moment. But please rate, comment, subscribe. See ya.